Little Loop road drainage. I'm going to turn this over to Ralph.
Okay.
This article.
We have an issue with Little Loop. Pardon me? Oh, we should read it, yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you, dear. To see if the village will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $20,000 for the purpose of drainage improvements on Little Loop Road. Funds for this appropriation will be raised by taxes, recommended by the Board of Commissioners. We have an issue with Little Loop with respect to the road itself, is putting water on one particular property. We are not permitted to do that in terms of having a road dump water on a person's property. The water flow is significant, so there is a pool of water on this person's property over periods of time. We are required to alleviate those kinds of problems. And so the issue is elevating the road, putting in 2 catch basins, a retention area, and dealing with the person's driveway in terms of relocating the driveway so he has an appropriate driveway that is not a danger to him. Also involves cutting a groove into the opposing side house with a grate and all that to eliminate a paved driveway, putting water onto our road and also putting it onto this particular person's property. This is a contractor estimate. There's 2 pieces to the estimate. One is for the road construction, the other is for the trees. And the reason we have to remove the trees is that when we elevate the ground, we effectively disturb the root structure on various trees, which will kill them over a period of time. So there's one particularly large white pine which is very high. It's about 60 or 70 feet tall, which has to be removed, unfortunately. And there's a series of other trees. So between those 2 items, we have an estimate of $20,000, which is based upon written estimates by, as I said, the tree contractor as well as the contractor for the road work. We're going to endeavor to reduce this number by determining what use we could do. We could use our road crew, eliminating pieces of it. So we're looking at the feasibility of bringing part of this home, which could represent a substantial reduction in the $20,000. However, this is something that we will have to do, or else we'll face litigation. We want to avoid that. It is a deficiency in the road. There is a substantial drop in the road that deposits all this water on this particular individual's property. Any questions?
Okay. So DPW can do it for a lot less, is what you're saying?
Depending upon the timing, there is another one. I'm going to Article 7. I'll talk about that, which we're going to use the DPW. So we may have too many projects for them versus their work on normal projects.
Did they say they could do Article 5?
Pardon me?
Did they say they could do the work from the drainage?
We have. It's a doable job for the DPW. I can tell you that. We have not had a detailed discussion with them. This is an engineered design, so we do have a plan that's associated for the design of the construction and the installation of, as I said, the culverts and catch basins and all of that.
So, Ralph, has that deficiency always been there?
Yes.
For like 50 years, 40 years?
I think it's been aggravated by driveway
Right.
across the road, the water shears off the person's roof, and the driveway has been paved and is a perfect funnel for all of the water coming off the roof, and it goes straight onto the road, which now traverses the road and floods this other person's driveway pretty much.
The other thing is that it's a new homeowner, and they're full-time, and the prior owner was part-time, and probably could say, I don't...
Which one? The, on the lower half or the upper side, on the upper part is new?
The lower side.
The lower part is...
Okay, the one that's getting
The
flooded.
recipient of the water.
Okay.
Right.
But, yeah, I understood that any water that's on your property, the guy with the roof and the paved driveway, he's responsible for not allowing that to cross our road or onto somebody else's property.
Part of the issue is that we're going to have an allocation of cost on this project. Believe it or not, the cure for that particular person is a very nominal cost on the opposite side of the street. We've dealt with, you've probably seen this, that you cut a groove in an asphalt, you then create a channel, and you put a grate over that. So that is part of the fix associated with that individual on the other side.
And you've got to capture the water, and it's got to go somewhere.
So we need, but there's a catch basin, there's a whole series of things that need to be done. So we're going to go to the individual property owners with a proposal or an indication saying that, particularly the paved driveway, saying you're the cause of part of this problem and you're going to be responsible for the cure. So the $20,000 is the project. We're going to try and nick away to reduce that cost, but we want to get the project done in order to fulfill our obligations with respect to drainage of the roads.
Any other questions?
I just have a question, I guess. What if the uphill property owner says no?
What was that?
What if the uphill property owner says no?
Across the street?
Yeah.
Then we would probably have to step in, put the grade in, and then take them to court.
Yeah.
We don't want to create an
that's
ad.
not-
I understand you don't want to.
Well, we don't want to create an adversarial situation.
Right.
Is
So
there a
so
way
the
to direct him to do it because he's
The court's the
causing
only one that can do it.
a nuisance?
There's court. It's the court, I mean, we would try to work with them and get it resolved up front.
Have you asked him to do it?
not as of yet.
We're just at the point now, so just, we're not trying to create, like they said, an adverse relationship with them. We want to talk to them, say this, you own this problem, let's work together, fix it. We install it, he buys it, that's the normal procedure in the village district. Fix it and move on forward. It's probably a $500 item for him, which is not that much by the time it gets done.
So, Larry, to help answer the question a little bit more, the deed of the district does provide for a 10-foot margin on either side of the roads where it's,
Right away.
it is a right-of-way that we could put the drain in, but we're always better off working with the homeowner and finding a solution that works out for both the district and the homeowner. So that's
I
our...
agree 100%, I just don't want to pay for it. His driveway is causing the problem.
No, I understand.
He's a contributor, he's not the cause of the entire problem.
So,
Well, all right, to the extent he contributes, he should remedy the situation.
Correct. And it's our plan to go to that owner, property owner, and indicate what is required,
So-
what his contribution is.
just one last point. No means no, so if the village district says no to this article, we can't proceed. And that's a challenge. And it creates a new dynamic for us. Hopefully we don't have to live through. But, anyway, go ahead. Let's keep going.
Okay, Article, no other questions on Article 5?
Sorry, no, I apologize. The thought was, all of this information is coming together now. We have the engineering estimates, we have the engineering drawings, our engineers agreed with his engineering, his legal team is working with us.
He's involved.
Oh, he's definitely involved.
Yeah.
Not the person across the street.
Oh.
This is the homeowner down, the
Oh,
downstream.
down.
So,
Okay.
all of these pieces have just come together. We now have enough to proceed on to the next phase of these discussions. The challenge is, we still need to propose this, we want to present this to the legislative body, because this is ongoing work that will have a cost, and we don't actually know quite what the final number is yet, but we are working through it.
Right.
Okay, no other questions? Article 6.
To see if the district